Hi, I'd like to introduce myself officially now. My name is LaSandra Yevette. I am a empath, clairvoyant, claircognizant, Reiki master that works out of Claremont, California through Loving Touch Healing and Wellness. Okay, I wanted to start today on my very first YouTube official video in talking about the difference between religion and spirituality. So, with that being said, a little storytelling time. I remember when I was about 5 years old having my very first vivid dream and not really knowing what to do with that. But at 5 years old, I knew this dream was really different and important, and I needed to tell somebody about it. So for me, that person was my grandmother. And when I told her about my dream, she was very diligent with listening, very much encouraging me to not be afraid, but to share openly, which I did. And this dream was about a relative of mine, and I didn't understand what the message was about the relative, but now that so much time has transpired, I can see what that message was about. So I've kind of known about having these types of spiritual gifts since I was really young. Now, even then, with praying and talking to spirit or God or the universe, there was no fear. There was just so much love and joy and deeper understanding that used to come through for me, particularly in dreams. And sometimes when I would see certain things, I just kind of knew and felt what people were thinking and sensing. I could kind of tell when people weren't being truthful. That's the empathic part of me. I didn't know, what it was called at the time. I didn't know there was a thing. And actually, that was quite the chore working with that for many years as a government employee, trust me. And so now I talk about it all the time because it kind of helps me to navigate, and I'm hoping that it helps other people to navigate, to know that it's a real thing to be empathic, to have a sense of knowing, to understand and read energies and know what's going on with people. And it's been with me for, all my life. So anyway, back to religion and spirituality. My sense of something greater than me actually did start at that young age, at about the age of 5. And the connection for me was, like I shared, through my grandmother, because she was the one who, I guess she was kind of more spiritually connected. I felt it. She didn't go to church every Sunday. That wasn't it. She didn't work. She was a true sense of a housewife. And that was what her job was, is to get up and send her husband off to work and to keep the home. But in between time, I would see her reading the Bible. I would catch her having her quiet moments in prayer and meditation. And she did, maybe she didn't know I was observing, and she didn't, necessarily share with me what, she was talking about. But I knew it was of something of God or something bigger outside of us. And so with that being said, I felt comfortable talking to her about me. And she also said, I sense that you have this gift. I sense that you're going to have certain spiritual gifts, and you don't need to be afraid. You can just go and you can just talk to God. And so with that being said to me as a kid, and I was really young, I went with that. And that's how I actually began my journey talking with God. So now, as I got older, there became this outside stimulation of, where do you go to church? What do you mean you don't go to church? And, oh, you go to that church. Or why do you go to that church? The outside opinion, so to speak. And when we were younger, we went to the corner church a lot. And that church was, the corner church. I'm not going to go into it, but it was a starting point for me learning what religion contained, okay? And I don't knock it, because all of those past experiences helped create who I am as a person. I embraced every religion that I was exposed to. And there were many, because I was searching for many, many years. I've gone through the Bible 3 times, and I actually own about 40 different types of Bibles, different translations. But the questions always remained, okay? And no person seemed to be able to answer those particular questions. And so when you have these questions, what is my life purpose? There's got to be more to life than just this. And you're just getting the same answers when you're seeking outside of yourself or through a religion. It gets to a point where you have to go within. And that's what I used to do, and that's what I start doing again. Connecting on a spiritual level with God, the universe, source, spirit, goddess, the divine, Abba, Yahweh, Adonai, Rabboni, whatever name you choose to use. It's only one. And everything that is has come from that one source who expressed him or herself through everything that we see. Now, think about this. If we're created in the image of God, and God is an eternal being, then we are eternal beings in spirit form, created in the image of God. On the planet, in earth, in the flesh, having a temporary earthly experience. So with that being said, there must be a purpose to this dimension. And that's what we try to find out, what our life experience is all about, what our life purpose is for. So I encourage you to connect on a spiritual level, to sit quietly, take some time during meditation, and talk openly like you would any parent. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And then listen and be still. Now, a lot of times people say, well, I don't know if what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing is, really, what I think it is. Yes, it is. Don't be fooled into thinking that it's anything different. If you believe that God is a God of love and you're seeking him with a truthful and honest heart, why would he allow you to be misled when you're just trying to connect with him? It's beautiful. Don't be afraid. And I had to remember that myself, that as a kid, I wasn't afraid to connect and talk. It was just so natural. It's society. It's people who put the constraints on us from doing what is natural and listening to that inner voice or our higher self, as I now have come to know. We have ancestors and spirit guides on the other side who are our biggest advocates. But we all have free will, and no one can assert that. What that means is you're protected by law, by spiritual law, through your free will. So if you know all that, then why would there be any fear in connecting on a spiritual level? So that is the difference between spirituality and religion. Religion is a physical experience that you do have. And yeah, you can have a spiritual encounter while you're attending a religious institute. But you know what I feel? It's like a temporary fix. That's why every Sunday you will go and you'll feel empowered. The music's really good. The message is great for that day. The adrenaline gets pumping. And then off you go to your week. And things happen. And you sit and you wait to try to find the answers to those things until the next Sunday. And there you are again. And so there's a cycle. When in actuality, if you spent more time doing inner work and connecting on a spiritual level, you'd find that even if you did attend a particular church or gathering of some sort, you have your own rules and beliefs, and you just basically just enjoying, the community. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the food, the spiritual food that feeds the spirit, that should come from God. All right. I promised that I would keep my videos short and sweet and to the point, because I find that those are the ones that people will listen to the end. And so it's already at 10 minutes, and that's a great stopping point. I hope that you connect with me in the future and that you enjoy my content. So like and subscribe. We'll see how often I can get them done. I can't promise just yet, but I'm hoping at least once a week. And so until the next time, namaste.